today we're going to look at how to beat a certain type of player that I know a lot of people have a hard time with, and that is the hyper defensive crouching charge character. So this can be with someone here like Guile, who's probably the biggest offender of this kind of playstyle, or there's also people like Honda, DJ, and then sometimes at lower levels too, like Ryu and Ken will sometimes kind of go into this really defensive, just hold back and wait for you to either jump and anti-air you, or push a button and counter you kind of playstyle. And I think a lot of people, especially intermediates and kind of beginner intermediates, have a hard time with this playstyle, but don't worry, I got you. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to open up and start to beat these kind of players. So I hear from a lot of people during my coaching and streams that there's nothing they can do to open up these players. Every time they go in for a throw, they read their throws all the time, or if they try to go in and attack, they just block it all the time. So I think a lot of people kind of have the misconception that these really defensive players are reacting to throws, but that's not true because throws are only 5 frames in this game, so you can't actually see it and react to a throw. What these kind of defensive players are usually doing is waiting for you to get in really close and then just doing a delayed throw tech. So basically all that means is they wait for you to get super close, then they'll push throw really late into its throw tech frames. So this way, if the opponent goes for the attack, they'll be able to block it, and if they go for a throw, they'll always be able to break it. So just remember, they're not reacting to your throw, they're most likely just doing a delayed throw tech. So there's a really easy way to counter this kind of player, and it's just by doing a mid-screen shimmy. Now this is a little bit different than a shimmy off a knockdown, but here's what it'll look like. What you're going to want to do is just get right up to the opponent, walk right in, and then walk out once you're in their throw range. So just like this, see how the Ken player just did that? You want to copy what this Ken dummy is doing. Walk right into the throw range and then just back out. Now, I'm the Guile player, I'm going to do a delayed throw tech and watch what happens. Boom, that's exactly how you open up this kind of player. Because remember, they're most likely just doing a delayed throw tech, and the counter to delayed throw tech is a shimmy. So if you walk into their throw range and walk out, you'll be able to make them whiff. So the important thing is knowing which is your best button to punish a whiffed throw. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to just push your button all the time. Alright, you want to actually visually react to the throw. Otherwise, something really bad could happen, like eating a big counter combo. So you always want to make sure you're visually seeing the throw whiff come out, and then you push your attack button to beat the throw and whiff punish it. Now, some people are going to be able to apply this. Some people can learn this and apply it right away in a match without practicing, but if you're the kind of person who kind of struggles to learn things without going to training mode first, don't worry, I got you. I'm going to show you what to do. Pick Guile as the dummy, go into recording slot 1, and then as soon as it starts recording, jump and then input a throw right when the recording frames hit about 100 frames. So if you see at the top left, the slot 1 frames are going. Jump. Once it reaches about 100, input a throw into block. Then turn off the recording. That'll set you up perfectly to set them to jump, walk forward, walk in, and there, see, I got throw. So again, walk forward, walk out, boom, whiff punish. So you can practice it like this. Then, in a second slot, slot 2, record the exact same thing, but this time, don't input the throw. Just hold down back. Then you're going to go to replay, make sure they're both on, make a save state to make life easy, then hit play, walk in. Okay, he didn't push. Do it again. Didn't push. Alright? There, and that's my punish. So make sure you practice this. It is like the best way to counter these kind of players, and trust me, if you practice this a couple times, get used to it in training mode, you're going to be doing super well in your matches against these kind of players. Great, so now that we learned how to defeat that kind of player, let's look at the next type of defensive player, and that's the kind of player who always pokes at you once you get into their poke range. So this kind of person doesn't want to deal with your offense, wants to keep you out and kind of control you with their really good keep out buttons. Again, Guile, DJ, Blanka, these kind of players will do this to you a lot. So how do you beat this kind of player? Well, all you have to do is whiff punish them. So these kind of players will know generally how their ranges work. So they know where they can push their furthest buttons, at what range they're going to be able to hit you, and once you get into that kind of happy zone for them, they're going to push a button, hoping to keep you out and start their offense and hopefully land a combo or damage and just frustrate you and put you back at full screen, forcing you to play their game again. So to beat this kind of person, kind of similar to the shimmy situation, you want to walk into their maximum poke range. So for Guile, if we look, it goes right to about that middle black bar at the bottom of the screen. Then once you get into that range, you want to walk back and then whiff punish them. Just like that. Keeping your eyes on the opponent is really important because you're going to have fast reactions to get that whiff when they push the button. Just remember, look at the opponent when you walk in, look for that whiff, and then go for your whiff punish. And last is the third type of defensive player, which is kind of a twist on the second type. This is the kind of person who's going to expect you to look for their whiff punish, kind of whiff something small, and then like whiff punish your whiff punish. So this kind of person knows their range, they're going to go for their little pokes, and they can get big damage off punish counters like that. Against a player like this, it's important to kind of change up your timing and not always go for the same thing. If you're always going for like this kind of a whiff punish, and you're playing against a smart player, they'll change up their timing, go for something like that, and you're going to get punished. So here, all you have to do is just change up your timing. Don't push a button and then just kind of walk in and try to punish them that way. And it would look something like this. You're going to just play with your timing, walk into where you think they can whiff punish you, and then kind of close the gap. Use something like a drive rush, jab, something safe, and then set up your pressure, like strike, throw, shimmy pressure would be something really great. It's going to be really hard for the opponent to react all the time at a range like that. Of course, if they're super sharp, they can react to your drive rush. But again, online especially, it's not always possible to do that. And if you're changing up your timings and really just being good with your offense, you'll be able to land some counter hits, some punish counters for messing up their timing. It's really going to take away the confidence of that super defensive player. Changing your timings is super important. Don't rely on one tactic all the time because you will get punished for it. But as long as you're keeping things fresh with your offense, you'll be able to open up this kind of player no problem. Alright guys, so I hope this video helps you. If you enjoyed this video and you learned something from it, please consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons because it does support me as a content creator. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, take care.